The water is fantastic this morning, so glassy. Brittany, I would say it's probably 60 degrees outside, but the water is probably more in the low 50s. And Javelin, I actually haven't eaten breakfast yet. It's only 7:49 here, so I kind of just hopped out of bed and onto the water. I am not personally. It's a little chilly for me, but the water is crystal clear, and there were several groups of like scuba divers over the weekend. I could see why you could say that. It does kind of have a Lake Powell look to it. This is actually Lake Mead, though, right on the border of Arizona and Nevada. That is kind of just the historical water level. From what I've heard, it hasn't been at that level since like the mid 90s, unfortunately. It's just been steadily dropping. But actually, right now, it is higher than it's been in the last several months. Las Vegas and the area had a pretty good day of rain last week. And yeah, it's up a couple feet from where we've seen it before. So this is a dammed up section of the Colorado River, and it goes through the Hoover Dam and provides electricity. Good morning, TC Cookies. We are on Lake Mead, so it's right on the border of Nevada and Arizona in the Las Vegas area. Yeah, it very much is a nice, beautiful morning today. Lex, I'm so happy you're back. Nightshade, great to see you again as well. I have paddled Lake Tahoe. It was amazing. I really enjoyed it. I know I don't have that much paddling content on my actual page, and I think I need to change that. So this is actually an inflatable paddleboard. It is a Fusion DS Light Tech. So the water levels, as you can see by that line there, are historically low, but they are actually, it's actually high for what it has been in the last few months. So unfortunately, it's about to get a little less peaceful because as people saw yesterday, the tour helicopters kind of come out in droves, so there will probably be 5 or 6 more behind this one. They all head out for tours of the Grand Canyon There's usually a morning flight. In the weekends, there's usually a midday, and then there's always one around sunset as well. So I'm in the same general area. This point right here is the cove that goes back to the dam. I started from our van, which I can turn back and show you. Right here. There is another set of coves on this side of the lake, but I tried to do a live there last week and realized that I do not, unfortunately, have service. Whereas if I keep going into this cove, I do have service the whole way and can keep streaming. Is that this one, Nightshade? This big plateau here? Sweet. So definitely still a little ways from the dam. It is around this corner, and then there's another corner. Yeah, I think it might be calmer than yesterday, which I wasn't sure was possible. Yes, I definitely have been out here when it's windy, and it's doable, but not nearly as much fun. There's just nothing relaxing about it. You have to constantly paddle, otherwise you're getting pushed into either side of the canyon. So I will do it, but it's definitely not my favorite. Nightshade, not this time. One other time when I went back to the dam, I did see it, but I have not seen it since I've been out here this weekend. That sounds pretty cool. I would love to have a graduation party on a paddle boat. I think that would be great. So I do come here every morning that we stay in this area, but we do live in our van, so we will unfortunately be leaving here tomorrow. We just have to go back into town and get supplies and things of that nature, but likely won't be coming back out to Lake Mead right away. So unfortunately, today is probably going to be my last live paddle for a little while. thank you, Chris. You too. I know. I promise I'll bring more paddleboard content as soon as I can. Just, with winter, it is more difficult, and it is quite a trek to get down here into this wash. It's only 3 miles, but it takes us about 40 minutes. So yeah, it's a little difficult to get down here. So we stay down here for a while when we do. But yeah, I think we're gonna have to stay in town and do some choring and stuff like that over the next few days. Someone else mentioned Willow Beach yesterday. I am definitely gonna have to check it out. A friend of mine said that there's like some natural hot springs on the other side, on the Colorado River side too. So we are on Lake Mead. We are in the cove that ultimately leads to the Hoover Dam. We're not going to be going quite that far this morning, but you will at least be able to see it here soon. We are on Lake Mead, just on the border of Nevada and Arizona, outside the Las Vegas area. So right there is a collection tower for the Hoover Dam, and then there is a highway right here. Yes, we have not been to Lake Powell yet, but definitely on the list. So on this side, you can get fairly close. Let me see. I don't know if you guys will be able to see it or not. Not really. There's a barrier kind of right in this area that you can't go past. All the helicopters going out for their daily tour. So the water temperature is in the low 50s. It's pretty chilly. It definitely is higher than it was in December. We were here, I think in November, and it was quite a bit lower. We actually looked it up, and it kind of peaked over this last weekend, and will slowly kind of start to go back down, is what at least we saw online. And you absolutely could swim here. I would recommend more in the summertime. Right now, it's warm enough to be on the paddleboard, but this water is frigidly cold. Exactly where I am, no, it's not that, well, I mean, it's probably 20 feet, but I can see the bottom. But if you get a little further out into this cove, it drops very quickly, and goes down to like 550 feet. I launched from Kingman Wash. We're dry camping down there in our van, so I just launched from the little beach there. Amber, so we're right on the border of Arizona and Nevada in Lake Mead. So the border technically kind of goes right down the middle of the lake, but yes, I believe I am currently on the Arizona side, and we do have to cross into Arizona to drive down here into Kingman Wash. The weather outside, I would say it's probably 55 or 60 degrees. Obviously a little bit cooler here in the shade than it was on the sunny side of the cove there, but really a beautiful morning for a paddle. The water, though, is quite cold. Yeah, we originally came down here, I believe November of 2023, the first year we were in our van, and just kind of fell in love with it. It's an amazing place to be in the winter. I have not been on the other side of the dam before. It is definitely something that's on our list to check out, though. Ooh, hey, hey, we love Washington State. Thank you for joining. The dam is really pretty incredible, definitely. Oh, cool. Do you have a tour like that you would recommend, a company that you went with? Thank you, Daniel. I appreciate it. Okay, awesome. I will check them out, though. Thank you so much. Let me see if you might be able to see the barricade here. Alright guys, bear with me. I'm gonna try and zoom. Alright guys, bear with me. I'm gonna try and zoom. Floating in the water. So you can't go any closer than that, but honestly it's way closer than I thought I was gonna get. Alright, y'all, one last little look at the dam, and I'm gonna get turned around and headed back to Kingman Wash here. I know, my partner and I talk about that all the time. Like where we are camped would be so far underwater if the water levels were back here. It's nuts. Like the boat ramp at Kingman Wash is probably 100 feet at least from the water's edge. And a freshwater river on the other side? I don't know about that, but... Oh, Boots, that's awesome. Yeah, I don't know, I just had this like completely different view of Las Vegas from living in Nebraska. I think you just think it's all casinos and bright lights and all of that, but I mean, the mountains surrounding the city are incredible. Like, it's so pretty here. I never would have thought. I swear you guys just try to freak me out. Somebody's always talking about a creature of the deep while I'm out here by myself. No, I'm truly not really scared, but it is funny to me. Oh, Nova, thank you so much. Oh, I love the connections going on in the comments right now. Nova, we are on Lake Mead, right on the border of Nevada and Arizona. The Hoover Dam is behind us here. Let's turn around and show that one more time before we get out of sight. There it is. Yes, the water is very cold. I would say low 50s. Nova, if you want to send me a DM, I'll check it out when I get back. Honestly, I think I'm just lucky with the ability to stream here. There's lots of other coves I've tried to go into and I don't have enough service. But this one, for some reason, it does let me keep streaming all the way through, so very lucky. I have not today, but I definitely did see some on my way back to the van yesterday. It's a lot easier to see them once we get on the other side of this point because it's in the sun. Yeah, just my phone. I have like Verizon service, so it's just like my regular phone service. Oh yeah, we've fed the carp in Nebraska. It is insane. It's almost creepy how crazy they get and like on the surface and on top of each other. I hope that was a fish, guys. Not really sure. But yes, it is an inflatable stand-up paddleboard. So I grew up in central Nebraska, a small place called Broken Bow, but my partner and I lived in Omaha for like 10 years before we took off in the van. Schoolie, I wish. When we are parked at Kingman, I do try to do this every day, but we do have to head back into town tomorrow, unfortunately. Yeah, it's an alright place to be from, but there's just not enough outdoorsy stuff for me personally to stay there long term. Oh wow, such a small world, guys. Oh yeah, I'm familiar with Milford. I think southeast, the college is there, from what I remember. Yep, so is Broken Bow, my friends. Zach, the water level is historically low, but is actually quite a bit higher than it has been in the last several months, so that's great to see. I would would say the air temperature is probably around 60, but the water is definitely like low 50s. It's pretty cold. Yep, you're absolutely right, Ronnie. We're about to kind of turn this point here into Kingman Wash, where we're camped. Hey, Zach. No, I live full-time in my van with my partner, so we are technically Nebraska residents, but we travel full-time. You know, I hadn't really thought about streaming in Vegas, but I definitely could. I'm not really sure what the rest of our week looks like at this point. We are very much kind of fly by the seat of our pants. I know we're leaving here tomorrow. We'll have to do some chores and stuff tomorrow. But yeah, we could do like a Vegas night maybe on Friday. That's my next day off. And I could live that for sure. If people would be interested in that. So the historic water levels are obviously low. You can kind of see here where they used to be. But it is currently up from what it has been in the last several months, so that is definitely good to see. Oh, Tuna, is that Boulder City? We love Boulder City. It's so pretty. Ah, the sunshine. Oh, that feels so good. Ooh, gosh, that's a tough one. My favorite place to travel. Probably Oregon, as a whole. It's just very lush and beautiful. We did really like Washington, but unfortunately found that it was just trashed. Like all of the public land that we went to, there was literal like garbage bags and like appliances and things like that. So that was really disappointing about Washington. But yeah, the Pacific Northwest is definitely like our favorite area. Probably with like Idaho and Colorado being second and third. We have not done the drive up to Alaska, but it is on the bucket list. Yes, we did go to the north rim of the Grand Canyon last year and slept like feet from the edge. It was incredible. There is a video on my page if you want to check it out. But yeah, we did really enjoy the Grand Canyon. It was really cold when we went there though, and our heater broke, so that was a little bit traumatic. Skylar had to be under the van fixing it while it was like 19 degrees outside. So, fun story though. Damn, that was a huge fish, guys. I'm not great with fish. I know so I'm not sure what kind of fish it was, but that was massive. I wish I had a fishing pole. Let's see. Oh, you can. Look at that. Just how clear the water is. It is very peaceful. It's crazy. There were so many people here over the weekend, but it's very, very quiet now. And I just go to the bathroom before I go. I'm not out for like hours and hours, so. Yes, I am actually paddleboarding right now. Gonna shoot through this little gap here and hopefully it's not too shallow. We should be fine. Thank you. You have a beautiful day too. Oh, Denver, thank you so much. Good morning, good morning. Yeah, there is actually a boat right over here. A little bit further. There we go. But they're just fishing on a trolling motor, so very quiet. Over the weekend, we did have some people in the cove just like ripping on jet skis, but I mean, you know, it's Saturday on a big old lake. They're having a good time. Whatever. We are on Lake Mead here, currently in the Kingman Wash Cove. Yes, if you actually look at my video from yesterday, I did feed the burrow family. I love them. They're so sweet. Hold on. Bighorn sheep in Boulder City? No. I'm gonna have to definitely check that out, though. Alright. That's so cool. Yeah, definitely check that out. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, yeah. Oh. I don't know if you guys can see. Oh, yeah. Oh. Clear. Morning.
Good morning, how you doing?
Good, how about yourself?
Oh, good.
Y'all catching anything?
Trying to catch a fish. No, nothing yet.
I did see like 3 or 4 big ones along the wall that going that way. So.
Oh, did you?
Yep. Good vibes coming your way.
Yeah, they're there, but it's hard to catch them.
Yep. You know, I think we kind of just passed through the St. George area last fall. We haven't really spent a whole lot of time there. Oh my gosh. Guys, look at this tiny little tree. It's so cute. Yes, we did go from here in Vegas to St. George and then up to the Grand Canyon, if I recall, and that area was beautiful. Yeah, we've been kind of talking about places that we could go before we head north after it warms up a little bit. We've spent a couple weekends in Lake Havasu City since it's only a couple hours from here, but we don't want to travel too much further back east since we are heading up into Oregon for the spring. So yeah, I don't know, it's kind of just up in the air what we're gonna do in the meantime right now. Yeah, it's definitely a good time. Down there by the London Bridge, it's all Londony. But yeah, it's a really fun time there. The boys out playing. Yeah, and the Flagstaff area is cool. But gosh, they have really cracked down on their camping regulations, so it is a lot more difficult to find places to camp around there. Oh, hello from Arizona. We love Colorado so much. Oh yeah, definitely. We'll have to check that out. One of my friends did recently go down there and do some hiking. I'll have to ask her about that for sure. Hello, California from Arizona. Yeah, I do have to work in a couple hours, but luckily I got to get out here and do this before I have to do that. A little bit of relaxation before a job that completely sucks my soul. Who's that goofy boy? Alright guys, I think I'm gonna hop off here. Nightshade and my name is Mud. It was great chatting with you guys today. Thank you so much for joining. I hope to talk with you guys more, and I hope you all have a wonderful Tuesday. Bye-bye. Stay.